Beneath Yellowstone National Park sits a magma reservoir big enough to fill the Grand Canyon many times over. The Yellowstone volcano has produced eruptions thousands of times more powerful than Mount St. Helens. And strangely, it hasn't moved in millions of years, even though the land around it has. Here's the full story of how that's possible and what happens when it finally erupts. The story starts with a mantle plume, a column of abnormally hot rock rising from deep within the Earth, roughly in the same spot for at least the last 17 million years. Unlike a normal volcano tied to a single mountain, this hotspot stays essentially fixed in place while the tectonic plate above it slowly drifts. North America is moving southwest over this stationary hotspot at a few centimeters a year. As the plate crept along, the hotspot burned a trail of calderas across what is now Idaho, visible today as the flat, fertile Snake River Plain. Each caldera marks a place where the crust once sat directly above the plume, before the plate carried it onward, and a new one formed further northeast. Yellowstone is simply the most recent stop on that track. At its current location, the hotspot has produced 3 enormous caldera-forming Yellowstone eruption events, roughly 2.1 million years ago, 1.3 million years ago, and 640,000 years ago. In the most recent of these, over 1,000 cubic kilometers of ash and rock were ejected, enough to bury a small country. Each eruption emptied a shallow magma chamber so violently that the ground above it collapsed inward, forming the vast caldera, a crater more than 70 kilometers across, that defines the park today. That magma chamber hasn't gone away. It's still there, refilling slowly with molten and partly molten rock, which is exactly why Yellowstone is covered in geysers, hot springs, and bubbling mud pots. Old Faithful and thousands of other geothermal features exist because groundwater is being superheated by that same magma system, just a few kilometers beneath your feet. Every geyser eruption is a small, harmless reminder of the exact same heat source that, on a vastly longer time scale, built the caldera Yellowstone sits inside today. Yellowstone isn't a single volcano that happened to grow big. It's the current surface signature of a hotspot that has been quietly, repeatedly rewriting the landscape of the American West for millions of years, and it's still active today. If you want to understand how the world's landscapes were really made, subscribe for more landform explainer videos.